1, 2, 1, 2. Looks like everything is good. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday already. We're back again, looking at the charts and going to talk a lot about what we see on forex, what we see on indices. 10 minutes to go till the markets are opening up, so I guess let's dive straight into it, right? Diving straight into it, I'm laughing a little bit. I have a new camera set up here in front of me, which is a lot better than the one from my laptop. It's dangerous. If you guys see me falling in terms of the camera somewhere behind the monitor, I'll try to fix it, but it can happen anytime, so I'll try to be very careful with my hands. Jokes aside, rough conditions so far in terms of I really wanted to trade forex today. I saw some possibilities of doing so initially, but we didn't get any setup. So looking at the market itself, right? So dollar index is still being held into consolidation in terms of this 50% wick level not giving way, which I'm happy to see because I would love to be bullish on non-dollar, which would allow forex and the indices to push to the downside, which is kind of panning out slowly, but not surely yet. So sell side from yesterday taken, and then we found some support at this 50% wick level. Very, very honestly, I don't appreciate how deep the market went right here. I wish that this 15-minute fair value gap would have held the price a little bit better, but we're pushing to the upside, which I'm happy to see. I think these equal highs will get attacked soon, and then we're gonna trade into this new week opening gap level again. That is the current new week opening gap, and we'll see. I'm expecting a push towards buy stops at 104 200s. So we'll see this week if we get it, but keeping that in mind, I'd love to see short panning out on forex. Unfortunately, we didn't get it during New York. This would be an awesome fair value gap to go short from if this high would have been broken with this swing high, right? We didn't receive that, so I'm still staying away. I want this fair value gap to get inverted for last week lows to get pushed through, and this 1 hour fair value gap to get attacked, right? So I'm gonna continuously watch for this inversion to happen. As long as we don't get that, I'm not interested. Okay, 15 minutes telling a very similar story, just like dollar index. Nothing that I would be interested in terms of jumping in, trading, or using for a setup. Let me see. GBP/USD. This is kind of, I promise if I would know any kind of patterns or retail strategies, this is a pattern because we're kind of getting squeezed in. Here we go. I have a bull, bear, crocodile flag here. And this crocodile flag means that I have no idea what the market is going to do. And I literally called it in Discord as well, that as long as we're being held into this consolidation, I'm not interested in trading GBP versus USD. Either this or that high, this high or that low has to be broken before anything happens here. So I'm gonna stay away from trading this as well. Looking at indices. So let's right away split the screen and let's start talking about stuff that we gathered here for, right? So let me just check the settings a little bit. Executions on. Yeah, that's good. So we're not too much in sync, to be fair with you, and I don't like what Nasdaq just did a few hours ago as well, but just looking at what I see right now, right? So my bias is still bearish on S&P. my bias is bearish until this 4-hour fair value gap is being broken. If you can't see it, there is a fair value gap right here. Very small one, but there is one. Look at your own charts, around 50.95-ish. You will find a fair value gap. As long as this fair value gap is not broken to the upside, I'm bearish on S&P. Looking at the S&P itself, a little bit more. I really wanted this inversion to happen. I really wanted this 1-hour fair value gap to hold the price to the downside. Didn't happen, and we're getting inverted to the other side right now, which might allow the market to push, at least for a very short term run, to attack some buy stops resting above 51.09. Maybe. We'll see. Why I'm saying maybe, because on 15 minutes we just got a U222 kind of setup. We had buy side resting above, swing low here, buy stops taken, break of structure, and we have a fair value gap that is offering an entry to go for sell stops now. So we'll see if we get anything like that offered. Fortunately, on US 500 we don't have a new day opening gap, so I'm just noting where the market closed last night here, and then we're gonna see if we use it at all today, this level, or not. But let's take a look again at 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Nothing too interesting just yet. And let's come back to Nasdaq then. And simply looking at Nasdaq, what I really liked yesterday, that we broke the structure with buy stops here and here being taken with this wick, broken to the downside with this break of market structure and fair value gap opening up, allowing the market to trade lower. I have sell side resting below here initially, and now we created a sell side liquidity pool over here as well. We'll see what we get today. I really wanted this 1-hour fair value gap to hold the price in place. So what I'm gonna be looking for today is I'm gonna be looking for bearish price action actually, and I'm gonna be looking for bearish price action if this 1-hour fair value gap gets broken to the inside and get downside and gets inverted. Okay. Just like on ES, we have a break of structure right here. Again, fair value gap. We'll see if that holds the price or not. And then we just jumped into an old new week opening gap here. And let's go into 5 minutes to take a look a little bit closer. Nothing as of my interest. Why? Because we're trading at the equilibrium. This is the most recent dealing range. And literally, as long as we stay around this equilibrium, nothing will be upon my interest. So markets are opening up in 3 minutes. I'm going to answer a few messages meanwhile, and then we're going to deal with the market opening range in a couple of moments with you guys. And we're back. Sorry for that. So, um, I just wanted to show you a 15 minutes fair value gap that I was looking at when I talked with you guys initially. So, let me just open that up. So, again, I want this broken to the downside on NQ. Would be lovely. Would be awesome. But we'll see if we get that or not. Then 15 minutes. I want to know those 15-minute fair value gaps. We'll see if they hold the price in or not. I don't really care, to be fair. It's just something that I want to note. Continuously watch it. Same here. Most recent 15-minute fair value gap. We'll see if we can work with it or not as well. Okay. So let's have it till 10. This one till 10 also. What else? What else? What else? 5 minutes. Market's opening up literally right now in a little while. Push to the downside is expected. I'm gonna say it out loud. Push to the downside is very much expected because we just got an SMT. So 5 minutes. Do we have anything interesting? Not yet. So my expectation initially is that this 15-minute fair value gap should be holding the price to the downside, right? So far it is. I don't trade SMTs like we just had one right now. Blindly going into a trade. I explained it yesterday as well that it's not a setup for me because the risk to reward usually is a little bit awful because you don't know where to place your stop loss directly. Like, not directly, like initial stop loss and where it has to go. Usually it's a guessing game a little bit for me. Maybe if I would spend more time on looking into positions like that, maybe I would figure out the placement of the stop loss itself, but not at the moment. But yeah, so let's know that SMT. This move to the downside is very much very much self-explanatory. Let's see. Markets are opening up. We're gonna start marking the dealing range, looking for initial fair value gaps. On ES, we just got one, and we actually have that inversion happening. So, too bad. Too bad I wasn't zoomed in because this is a setup that we could have taken. Now, let me explain you guys why. Why? Because we have a break of structure in 15 minutes. I'm happy to see the market trading lower from this 15-minute fair value gap. We have not only that bias, but on top of the bias, we have an SMT and inversion. And SMT plus inversion is something that I take every single time in front of you guys. Too bad I wasn't zoomed in. I would literally have taken this position, but I'm just looking if I should do it. If the market comes back higher, I'm gonna also, sorry for this, I'm gonna sign into my trading account. Here we go. So we'll see. Let's open the trading account we want to work with. Not 19, but 87, I think. No, not 87. Where is it? Here we go. 90. So 155.19, same balance as yesterday. No trades taken, but and I'm gonna play around with trade await continuously just to learn a little bit more and more together with you guys about the platform itself. But should we go short or not? We will. This is literally a setup that we're supposed to take. So we're gonna do it. Sell market, yes. And let's find the stop loss at 50.89. Yeah, 50.89. So high of this dealing range. Buy stop goes here. And we will have a sell stop at 50.79.25. 5 handles. 5079.25. Radar weight is a little bit laggy. Oh my god, I scrolled through like 1,000 points lower and it only started moving now, so sorry about that. But 5079.25, let me find that. Holy shit, it's lagging so badly. Can I do manual orders? Let me figure. This is gonna be fun. I'm literally figuring it out myself. So let me just order rejected. Yeah, because I tried to put it in. So this will be a buy limit. Yes. Here we go. Awesome. I set a buy limit a bit low. But since we have only one what is it? One contract, we're gonna place it at this sell side liquidity level. Listen, let me take a look. So we have this 15-minute fair value gap holding the price at that. Now we're gonna put that limit to the initial sell side liquidity at 50.73, which will be a very nice trade for us, and we're actually gonna put it even lower at 50.67.5. This will be a 15-minute setup for me, basically, that I entered from 1 minute chart. If it pans out, it pans out. On paper, I should be placing my take profit at 50.79.25, to be fair with you guys. But I'm gonna consider it as a 15-minute setup for me. And if I don't like anything that I see in front of you guys, I'm gonna let you know. I'm just checking if what's the balance plus 200. This is awesome. Okay, good. What is Discord saying to us? Good. How's everybody doing? How's your Tuesday so far? Let me know. I'm happy to hear it. So sorry. Very simply, like once more, right? So even though we are still not in a kill zone, it's not 10 a.m. I like this setup because we have a 15-minute structure that supports the idea. So we had a break of structure that I explained like literally 3 or 5 minutes ago, and we have an SMT inversion setup, and then I literally take it any time of the day. You know, if I see it in front of me, and if it goes together with the bias I want the chart to be moving towards too, right? So we just got into a position. We're trading at 5 handles in profit right now. On paper, I should be taking a profit right now, and I'll literally gonna do it just to stay honest with myself. Lovely. 6.5 handles taken, and I literally took it off just because I want to, as yesterday I told you, I want to show you guys good habits, and good habit is to stick to your strategy. When I do inversions, 5 handles is all I need, and we just got that. So good enough for me. We're gonna look for another entry because we're gonna be streaming for a few hours today again. We'll see if we get an entry offered, but this was a very nice position. This was a very nice trade already. Just gonna make a screenshot of it, and here we go. We'll see if we continue pushing lower, because that 15 minutes interval gap holding the prices is very good for us in terms of going lower. This 5079.25 level is actually the closing price of yesterday. So we don't have a new day opening gap on NQ. That's why I noted it. But right now, let's do it as we do it every single day. Opening range. High of the opening range is right here. Low. We're literally just trading at it. What about NQ? NQ has a different high compared to the ES. And this is the low, so I'll keep we'll see. So a lot of bigger range than what we had yesterday. I like that. And I like that because we've been consolidating the last few hours, you know, and yesterday, for example, before the session started, we were pushing to the upside a lot. So we got the consolidation during the opening and the majority of the AM session actually. But since we were consolidating before the session right now, this is why the markets are moving and we're happy to engage with that. Hmm. So sell side low of the day, not sell side. Low of the day is resting below here at 50.73. But I'm interested in it going lower. This is a 1 hour fair value gap with double bottom at 50.67. I'd love the market going right down there. And me closing that position probably means that I'm gonna be done for the day. Because bias is bearish, right? But with bias being bearish, we took 5 handles with only one contract, which is just $300 for the account. Let me take a look. Trade the weight. Yep, please open it up. Trade the weight. Come on. Okay, it's way too slow. Can you see this? Let me check. So, do you see this? Yeah, you do. So we started with 155, 200s, made 250, basically. Not too much, but we got the 5 initial handles, which I'm happy with. Well, somebody died in the office. But we'll see. I'm expecting lower prices, so we'll see with the opening range still panning out if we're gonna see any more possible setups today. If not, we're just gonna hang out and talk about a few things I have in my notes that I wanted to run through. We'll be happy to do it in terms of some educational content for you guys. But right now, I'll just allow the market to open up to give us a dealing range in terms of market opening until 10 a.m. and we'll see. Let's check if we have any news that would be upcoming today still. So, what do we have? Tuesday, February 27th, right? No, so the news came through already at 8:30. It didn't really affect indices though. And I'm looking at Forex Factory, 8:30. 10 a.m. CB consumer confidence. Whatever that is, I'm happy with it. That should give some movement for the market and then for us to play with. So, and this is becoming a little bit annoying because the internet is struggling. So Let me put this on. So it literally sounded like somebody just died in the office. I'm not sure how the sound is, and because I can see on my end that internet is not the best right now. I could be lagging a little bit and everything, but it seems like it's coming back. It's fixing itself up a little bit, so I'm happy with that. But literally somebody fell and probably got into the cords or something in the office. So whatever. So we're literally just said that we're gonna wait till 10 a.m. news right now because we just got a small scalp. 6 handles, literally like 0 drawdown on the trade. Where did okay, a little bit of drawdown in the trade. Not gonna brag too much about it, but yeah, 6 handles taken. And I'd love to see some structure now. So we have 15 minutes to pan out. Maybe we're gonna create this fair value gap. It would be very awesome to on 15 minutes to have this fair value gap open, trade into it, and right here next 15 minutes and do an entry or a possible short after 10 a.m. I would love to see that. So just an idea of what we could get offered today. But for that, we need the sell side to remain open. So 5072.5 should stay intact for this short to pan out in terms of 15 minutes. IFD or just fair value gap entry again. Mm. Nothing interesting just yet. But I'm happy if just like I said, I'm happy to see a little bit of structure happening and being formed. That would be awesome. So interesting part that we're trading, how to say, the markets are a little bit out of sync because NQ is trading at the new week opening gap right now, meaning that if we take at the weekly candle, that weekly candle that moved literally 0. And then we're a little bit below the new week opening gap on ES. So we're just a small tiny bit out of sync. ES is a little bit weaker compared to NQ. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get another SMT for a possible short entry because of that. Maybe not. But just like I said, so take a look here. So 15 minutes chart, I'm gonna put a line like this and mark it as IFD. I would love us to stay in the range right now between this high and this low, meaning that if we consolidate here, we might get a IFD entry, which wouldn't fill the full 15-minute fair value gap for us, and would just ping it and go lower. So if we're gonna have buy stops resting at this level, it would be very nice to have it. And basically, when the 10 a.m. will come, to have our fingers ready to push the button, basically, because we kind of know what we're expecting. But so let's mark that 10 a.m. We'll see if we're gonna trade it or not, but this is a possibly nice entry that we could get offered with. Let's take a look what forex is doing. Okay, real quick. So dollar index pushing to the upside. We talked about it that we wanted this 15-minute get inverted. This is a nasty push below it, but still. So we'll probably get these equal highs attacked sooner than later. So let's mark that. And not much more I can say about the chart. Then not a very nice structure on euro, but I want to see this 1 hour for get broken to. So we still have 10 minutes to go till this fair value gap closes below, and then we're gonna see. I'm not gonna engage though, but this is just something that I'm interested in. Relative equal lows here. So bearish bias on GU as well. This 15 minutes holding the price to downside as well. This 15 minutes being inverted. This is good enough. Yeah. And let's come back into indices. Can I do this? Yeah, here we go. I'd love to see this ranging right now as it is. This is good. This is what we want to see, because we're gonna try to go short. So we have just again buy side taken, swing low, broken, break of structure with 15-minute fair value gap, short. This is a very nice setup. Just like we talk on Discord with you guys about 1 minute chart and YouTube 22 model panning out on 1 minute chart. This is a YouTube 22 model panning out on 15-minute chart. Exactly like we said that price is fractal, right? And with price being fractal, you can find this entry on 1 minute, daily, 4 hour, whatever chart you wanna pick. Monthly. I showed Bitcoin chart a few days ago, last week I think, on Discord as well, where we got a monthly entry with YouTube 22 model panning out. So similar setup probably is gonna pan out on NQ as well, but we need this next 8 minutes for the market to stay in a range to happen. We don't want the sell side being taken, neither yesterday's low being taken. Let's take a look 1 hour chart. This will get broken to the downside as well. We love to see that. And this is the low and high of the range, and yeah, so we're gonna let the market run. 10 a.m. news probably will do something or not. We don't really care. We just want to see movement, right? And buy stops resting above here. You see double top. We have to take it out before going lower. If we go lower before that is taken out, so very simply, if this stays intact, after we take it, we're gonna go lower. If that stays intact but sell stops are being taken, we're gonna turn around after we take those sell stops to attack this double top. Very, very simple. Simple, and when you see it every single day, you know. But and we have an SMT with NQ. NQ is pushing those buy stops. on the it side, but yeah, we're gonna get them taken away from the market on ES, and just like that. No entry for shorts just yet, but this is a possible upcoming short entry getting confirmed, just like we talked a few moments ago. Mhm. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. This is good. We don't mind. We're just gonna require another push to the upside when the 15-minute candle closes in. That stops being created here as well, so very good. I'm not seeing that 10 o'clock, 2 seconds after 10 o'clock, we're gonna go short. We're gonna have to find a model to. So far, so good. I like this consolidation in terms of slowly going higher and then sell stops being created. So that's good. That's literally what we said that we want to see next 15 minutes when it was 15 to 10. When the last 15-minute candle closed, and then we have 4 minutes to go till another 15-minute candle closes as well. The news are getting released, so we'll see. Geo actually took out that sell side that we were interested to see to be taken. I'm just looking at the other monitor where I'm tracking a little bit. No entries for me, so I really wanted to trade forex because I have some availability this week, to do it. A little bit more freedom than usually. But no entries yet on forex for me. That would be good enough to consider taking. So trade. This is the low of that 15-minute 0.84.5, right? Okay. On this 1 hour, I would love to see that inverted in Q. But if it doesn't get inverted, those my brilliant idea to go short again is not staying valid anymore. So one more minute to go to wait out. Oh, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna see. I'm not expecting pretty much anything to happen during the news, but some influx of volatility will happen, of course, but we're not gonna trade it directly. We're gonna wait it out, let the market show its hand, and then we're gonna try to catch a move after, right after it shows the initial buy or sell side, buy side or sell side being taken away. So let's see what we're gonna get, but well, we're gonna close. No, yeah. I'm not sure if we close below that 1 hour for value gap, but we're getting a IFD entry now for a possible short, but we have to see a model that we like to pan out for an entry itself, right? We can't just I can't allow myself just to go short. I see, not for me. But if we break the structure to the downside, so most recent swing low is here, low is here, and those are very clear swing lows. We want the swing low to get taken before we go short, right? Very simple. I have to wait it out. Mm-hmm. If it pushes to the upside and takes out the high of the dealing range, it does, right? Nothing to be scared of because we're not in a trade. But I'm just noting out loud in a way so you would guys understand what I'm looking for and what I want to pan out in the market so I would enter a trade itself, right? So once again, 15 minutes. Pam, pam, pam. Sell side resting below. Very soon, like you take a look and you see that sell side is resting below. 1 hour chart just maybe quickly closed below. So we'll see. But it's value gap 50 here. Okay, for value gap here and over here. There we go. So 5 minutes again. 5 minutes the upside, but we still have some time. See if it closes above or below. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. So we have a fair value. I'm just gonna note it like this so you guys see what I'm watching. We have 1 minute fair value gap right here, and we have a 1 minute fair value gap right here as well. So I'm gonna watch that. If we get an SMT and a break below this fair value gap, no SMT just yet, I would allow myself to go short. Just like we did here, SMT into an inversion with a correct daily bias, which was bearish for me, I can enter a position. That's my model, right? So No SMT just yet, but if SMT presents, my bias is bearish, and we get a 1 minute inversion happening, we go short. Very easy, right? I can't go short right now from this inversion just like that because it's not a setup. So have to wait it out a little bit more. Just sticking to what I know in a way, right? That inversion is coming out. Now then it's very simply. So we have an inversion pending out. I'm not so. If you've tested inversions enough, you know if this will pan out or not, right? But so this is a possible entry right here. I can't take it because I only trade inversions after an SMT, right? Just a fair value gap being inverted is not something I can trade. I've never learned anything more than SMT plus inversion, right? But if you know that this is an inversion setup that is valid for you, good enough, because this is an awesome trade, more than 10 handles, you know? What else do you need? But what I like is that we're getting that swing low that we noted taken away. So what we have to find now is value gap. So if we get a fair value gap created, we are gonna be able to go short from it. I'm just not sure on which pair yet. But I like the market going lower. So we're gonna see if one or another leaves that fair value gap open. And whichever does it, we're gonna be able to possibly go short from it. Keep this here. Value gap. My notes. Sorry about that. Yes, gonna have quite a big risk, quite an awful risk reward. 1 to 2. Consider third from. That's not that great, but we're gonna go short on NQ right now. So one contract in terms of going short. I'd love that 1 minute inversion to hold in the price. We're gonna put a buy limit right above the high. Stop right there. And we're gonna allow the market to show its hand. So we don't want it closing anywhere above that fair value right here. And I took NQ even though it looks a little bit stronger compared to ES. I took it because it is offering a little bit better risk to reward than ES is. That could be a mistake. I'm not sure, right? If it's a good decision, but better risk to reward is something that I'm always interested. So far, ES is a lot weaker than NQ is, unfortunately. But the Also, another reason why I went into NQ is because on ES, like this dealing range, right? We're still trading in a discount on ES. While as on NQ, we're trading in a premium already, right? Which allows us to short end. I'm just gonna see if there's anything that I should consider in terms of being a wrong decision to go short here, but um here I'm trying to understand what the market is showing, because what I'm probably gonna do if we don't come back into that 1 minute for value gap in next 1 to 2 candles, I'm just gonna close the position. We're gonna be back to break even for the day, because yeah, there's no need for the market to go for any more buy stops. um we traded into the fair value gap, which gives the equilibrium and then fair value for the market. So there's no need to run out any more buy stops for the market. So this let me do this. So this candle and one more candle. So if in next two candles we don't come back into the fair value gap, I'm gonna close this position, take an L, come back to break even for the day. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. Because just like we talked yesterday, you remember, every time I'm not sure about what the market is doing, one thing, if I would have, for example, two contracts right now, I would literally close half of the position. I would literally one contract right away. But I'm trying to see breaks of structure in terms of initial trade idea is this inversion, right? So this inversion hasn't closed to the upside yet. So that trade is still valid. So up until that point, I'm not gonna close it, but I don't want it pushing any higher. There's no need for the market to do that, especially with ES slowly moving to the downside, right? So I want this. We said 3 candles in total. So 1, 2, 3. This fourth has to start getting stuff done for us. So otherwise, we exit the trade. Um, there's a volume imbalance right here between those two candles on ES. So keep that in your notes. That got broken, and let's see. This candle has to push now to the downside. Let's take a look at 5 minutes. And we don't want to go any higher because we're getting that the 5 minute inversion happening. So this has to go lower, and if it doesn't, we're gonna position. Unfortunate. Come back into the range that we want to see or not. And not closing above, or did it close above it? It did close above, expecting the position. I'm not interested in this anymore. Too bad. We're back to break even for the day. We took 6 handles on NQ on the ES earlier today. We lost 10 handles on ES, so not breaking. We're up 150 bucks, something like that. Unfortunate. The structure is still in there, right? So the 15-minute structure is gonna show hand in 1 minute. Basically, 15 minutes candle is gonna close. The structure is still there. We're still slowly pushing on ES to the downside, but NQ is literally just not following it. at all. We'll see. Mhm. I think it's a good close. I'm not interested in any drawdown. Like I'm not here to hold on to a position that I don't believe in, right? But bias is not changing with me taking a small L. So I'm still looking for it. We're just gonna have to wait out for an SMT to happen or elected liquidity in terms of buy stops to be taken away from the market before we go lower probably. Um just check real quick what are what is dollar index and forex doing overall. So so GBP USD took away the sell stops away from the market, which we expected to pan out. Um, this is not moving now at all, so actually quite happy that I closed this position because we would just been stuck into wondering what are we gonna do and what is gonna happen for 10 minutes already. So I freed my mind literally for what it is now. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you know. Jokes aside, happy to have it closed because I don't want to caught up in this goodness. So ES is still holding this. And in the NQ didn't hold on to the structure, broke to the upside. ES is just like 50 minutes is holding that structure. And 5 minutes on NQ has broken. Interesting. And we have that new day opening gap holding the price. Well, interesting. I'm not gonna say that we should go long here, but let me take a look at things. So sell side taking sell. Yeah. Swing low, not taking on. So we don't have an SMT. We would have an SMT here. This would be a very valid trade for me to run buy side liquidity or to run for buy side liquidity. This would be a perfect entry actually. But I can't take it because we don't have an SMT. And this is not the first time I'm saying it out loud that I don't trade inversions without SMTs. I literally don't. So I enter a buy here. But this kind of explains why my initial trade idea failed. So sorry for this, but I'm literally gonna write it down. I don't forget to journal it later tomorrow morning. It kind of actually, so since I'm in Thailand, it kind of feels good to close everything and go to bed right away in terms of closing the chart sleep immediately. Because you kind of give some freedom to your mind and you journal in the morning, and the thoughts that I'm writing down are a very different compared to what I usually think about my trades that I have taken right after because previously after I would close the stream, I would sit down and then try to figure out what I've done, where I made a mistake or where it was a good decision made, and yada yada. So just to hold on to that thought real quick, we have NQ going at empty with ES. So Buy subs being taken while list yes is not offering that. We'll see. Maybe this will allow some sell side to be taken from the market finally. Maybe not. No model for me to enter from yet. But yeah, so what I wanted to say is that it is quite cool to journal now in the morning instead of right after, in terms of trades I took, ideas I had during the stream, before the stream, yada yada. Because the mind is a little bit different in the morning than it is right after I close the live stream. Because right now is literally the difference between me and New York is 12 hours. So this is cool. So yeah, difference is 12 hours. So I literally go straight to bed after I finish the stream. Even more buy side. So this 5-minute version actually panned out. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Even though we have it loads of sell current market price. We got an inversion setup on NQ. I really didn't notice that. I wasn't even expected. I really wanted the market to go lower. So once again, 5 minutes. Sorry from the, but we cleaned it up a little bit. We're running out. Oh, take this away. I'll take this away. We'll get the hidden because we took this position. It's cool. So what do we have here now? Take this away. We're still trading in that 15 minutes. And Q though is breaking the structure in terms of those fair value. Yeah, nasty, but it's fine. So we'll see. So we have an SMT now. What does it mean that for us? It means that we get an inversion of which we've been waiting for. Structure on ES is much better to go. So we have to wait out for it. Oddly. We're back again into the premium. Just like yesterday when we traded ES, ES had just taken the opening and Q did it. Gonna get invert with the stop loss. Yes, is look like a much better. And Q is kind of looking bullish for well. Interestingly, right? Did we break? Didn't break above that 15 minutes yet. So since I'm looking at ES, I'm torn apart in terms of being 50-50. So this could be a possible buy entry on NQ, but I'm looking for that inversion to happen on ES, weirdly enough. So I'm at 50-50 again. Literally, if I would be looking only at NQ, I would be going long right now. But since I'm looking at both charts in front of you guys, it's kind of pushing me to be into like a 50-50 territory, not knowing it fully enough, so that I just can't. It's fine though. Right. Hmm. I'm quite happy I didn't push a button on NQ. Because this is not moving right now. It's nasty as well. Look again. So this 1 hour for value gap is literally just, are you saying fuck off? I don't care. Just like here as well. 15 minutes. What do we? We're literally just Q also still. So 3 more minutes. If it's gonna be held in or not. But this inversion push it to, and what do we have? We don't have this inversion. But I'll keep that SMT noted because inversion happening here after this SMT is a possible setup for me to go short, which I'm saying for 15th, 20th time now. Happy to go short where we are right now. And literally, if we're heard this short, but we're gonna go short on ES. So we're getting that inversion offered. And we're gonna go short. Holy shit, why is that there that line? Things. Please. Things please. Setting. Here we go. Remove drawings. Oh. Go. And now let's fix trade itself. So we don't want it going any higher above 5082. Yeah, 5082. We're gonna do it. We're gonna Now we're gonna take half of the position, the 2.5. If this holds the price to the downside, this will, because literally we got half of it taken away from us right now, and the rest of it will be 5084.25. Too bad, but it is what it is. You know? And my finitive is trade of 8, sorry. The trade of 8 is just not really happy to listen to me in terms of allow me to place it. Here we go. Thank you. So hmm. I'm just silent a little bit because I'm trying to evaluate in terms of what is happening right now, but we're just being held into that opening range again. And I kind of fell in love with this 15 minutes for value gap in terms of falling in love with it and allowing myself to enter trade because of it, right? Which is fine. It's still not risky. Pretty cool. But not to see. I wanted. You took those buy stop away from what created the double top here. Mm. I don't like because he has just broke the structure to the up. But I'm gonna hold on. This is fine. Fine. We're gonna see if it pans out or not. Hmm. Looking at dollar as well. Trying to understand what on earth the market is to do. Um. What we've done so far about will give us some more. Again, this breakaway gap price, which is fine. Thank you of this. No, it didn't. To 1 minute, right? So we went short from this inversion. It's great. Buy stops were ran out as created. Went short. A wasting chance. What happened next? A second where we didn't notice the net inversion up. Didn't go long from inversion. Why? Right? Small loss. We made 300 here, lost 150 here, right? What do we have happening? Have an with an inversion, short, right? And I'm just trying to understand why it's not panning. Because if I would know why it's not panning out, I would be able to make a decision in terms of what I want to see in the next half an hour that I'm spending with you guys, right? Me not knowing why this is not panning out, I can't make a proper decision in terms of what I want to see happening next 30 minutes. A bit sounds weird, right? But the fact that I don't like about ES is that we're literally trading at equilibrium. Yes, we are a little bit above the 50% level, but we're still in equilibrium. It'd be very nice to go short from the upper quadrant or go long from the lower quadrant opening. ES is offering that. Thank you. Sorry, it's offering. Why I didn't go short on, sorry. Why I didn't go short on NQ? Because I'm still afraid of this 5-minute inversion panning out. Even though buy stops we're taking, we have an full double top here. Let's see. I have a trade on. I'm gonna hold on to it. Not gonna play around with it. Maybe lower the risk a little bit later, but we'll see. I'm just trying to compare myself to what I've done in front of you guys yesterday and what I've done today. And yesterday, I literally didn't trade and didn't engage because we stayed in the opening. And it saved my ass in a way because I literally opened one position, took a quick profit, and streamed for you, but didn't engage into the market because we're still in that dealing. And the real trading started only after we left it better, right? But here I'm not saying that I'm fucking it up, but I'm not playing by the book that I should be playing in terms of I know what I'm looking for and I know what kind of setups I need to take, but I'm not taking them because I fell in love with this freaking 15-minute fair value gap. And me falling in love with this 15-minute fair value gap allowed me to make this. Okay, I'm just trying to explain to myself where I made them. So literally I'm gonna note that show. If we are in a dealing, right? Don't trust. Meaning that the short is valid if we would be in a premium discount of dealing rate. But we are still in the dealing range, and I shouldn't trust the higher time frame, which is 15 minutes fair value gap, and going short from it because we are in a dealing range, and in a dealing range, we so basically what it means that this 15 minutes could hold the price and we could create a candle like this and we could still close here, you know, and we could just wick through it, take a lot of buy stops away from the market, and we could go lower. On since I'm making a setup and opening a trade on 1 minute inversion, I'm getting stopped out, and I'm getting stopped out because I'm truly falling in love with a setup that is from higher time frame when I shouldn't because we are in a dealing range. said it to you guys and to myself 5 times already. I think it's gonna be enough for me to remember tomorrow. Do write it down though. Writing it down, it helps a lot. Maybe you don't come back to your notes frequently enough, but writing it down helps a lot, especially if you're able to come back to those notes time to time. Where are we at on the account? We are at 90 bucks of drawdown. Holy shit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna place a buy limit here. And we'll see. Just 10 handles playing. For a day like this, good enough. I'm gonna wait for the 10 to 11 macro to open up the market a little bit. Opening my server right now, so sorry. Weird screen popping up, but yeah. And back to the chart. Go. So position at break even. Like it, but it's telling a story which should be still fine, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Here we go, we're getting some movement finally. Holy. I'm just thinking if I've to the great idea that I had that or not, but I'm really trying to focus to figure out because in a way, um, depends how you read the market. Depends on how you kind of wanna know myself what I want the price to do, or it does it to trust the setup panning out. Because I know personally that if something happens in price and I go, ooh, didn't expect that to happen, then usually nothing good pans out from an entry. I want to have an expectation and what I want happening for it to happen, and then for me to take a trade, because then I know that market is. Right now, I don't know what I want to see myself. You understand what I mean? Right? So, um, internal liquidity taken. Right? So, sell side taken. Just keep that in mind. Right? Close the position. Sell side is taken. We have an SMT. We're breaking the structure. This is gonna be the last setup that I'm gonna take. But I'm gonna go long on here from the order block right. I'm gonna wait for the, but literally took away internal liquidity. Gonna long that, and this is gonna be the last trade for me. We're gonna risk, what is it, 250 in total. Right now, and I'm gonna literally call it a day. If this pans out, I'm sleeping with, well, if this pan out, and if this doesn't pan out, that I don't mind neither. So let's see. I'll stop. Well, gonna go for 5 handles initial take profit, which is gonna be above this high 5 here. Run into the new week opening gap. Um, 94, probably. We'll see. I'd like this to close a little bit higher for this 5 minute gap not to hold. No? But so this will taking those 5 handles will bring me to break even. Because we have 6 handles here, small loss here, small loss here, meaning break even for the day. Gonna be even. We started at 55,200, so we're above break even already. I'm happy with that. 18,040 on NQ probably is coming into the play. So watch that, but NQ. This is a very nice surprise. I know somebody was short in Discord, so too bad. Probably got stopped out already, but another weird day of trading in terms of very hard market conditions to read. Because just like yesterday, okay, let's put it differently. Compared to yesterday, a very different day for me. Even though we had very bad market conditions. Now, yesterday, traded it. Went with an early short as well. Like yesterday, I didn't see anything else panning out. And I set myself away from the market and I literally had a good trading day but today I'm not saying that I had a bad trading day because I literally lost what on balance it's $90 that I'm behind right now. But I drained myself a little bit emotionally because I trusted this 15-minute setup panning out. It was very weird of me because I know I always say to myself, don't trade setups that are being held into consolidation, which is being held into the opening range. So what I did, tried going short, and a mistake, very simply. I admit it. So, let's see. Five stops taken, and it's turning around on me. Ay. Sell side is taken. So we literally trusted this internal taken and an SMT go long. And we may go on long from this. I'm just trying turns that 30. Okay. Cards. Um, Too bad. In terms of a lot of weird setups not panning out. Weird because, like, literally a year ago, if I would have asked why this didn't pan out, I wouldn't be sure if I would know. Right now, it's not panning out because we're in a dealing rate. And we just have to stay away from the market when we are in one. Didn't I got burned because of that? We got one winner, three very small losses, break evens, but we're finishing the day at negative $200 on 50 inflation count. But I'm gonna finish this stream here. And I say till tomorrow. We're gonna have fun tomorrow.